I'd like to give a very brief introduction into our new Vschoolz content. You'll be directed to the website. It's been sent to you in an email. You've already received it by now. It will be open on Wednesday morning. The first thing you'll do is you will log in with whatever username and password you've been given, which would be your student number and then student with a capital S 2013B. And you'll log in. I'm logging into a demo site. You can see that very clearly up here, but there are several things that will be similar to your child or your class, depending on who's listening to this video. The main thing that you'll see here will be, you need to make sure that up here it says your name, that you're the one that's logged in. I'm logged in as a student, and as a student I'll be able to go to my home page, which shows my classes, calendar if your teacher puts up any announcements or upcoming events. They would be there. If there's an email message, and in the message area is also where you would go to contact if there was a technical issue with Vschoolz, that a video is not showing up or something looks blank and you think there should be something there. You would go to the message center and you would contact the help desk right here. You'd start a new one. It would ask for your teacher's name and that sort of thing. So that is how you get your help met that are technical issues. Now, if it's an academic question, I don't understand how to do this particular problem or what it's asking me, then you would contact your teacher. So under messages is where you would go for that. Pretty much everything else, we'll get to as we go along. So I'm going to go back to the home page. On the home page on our site, you're going to see up here, it will say Clay Virtual Academy. So you'll know you're on that. And right now, as it stands, there will be a news feed that's here, just giving you some updated news that's happening at the moment. And over here under upcoming events, if your teacher has put in anything for announcements, then they would kind of give you a little brief overview right here. If you go to this information, if you click on that, you will have a PDF that gives just additional student information of how to click around and information that I've already sent many of you in an email. So let's go ahead. I just kind of want to show you a little bit here. We're going to log into a class. Again, none of these are our classes. This is a demo class. And I am logging in as a student. So this is the student view. So we're going to look right here at English 1 Survey of Literature. This would not be a class you have. In fact, none of these are classes that you have. And I like that because I'm not giving you a sneak peek at anything you're going to have to do. So all I'm going to do, anywhere I can have a hot hand, I am going to click on it, and it's going to take me into my class. Now, I had already clicked into this once, so therefore this says continue because I've looked at it once just to see what was on the first page. And when you go here, it's going to tell you how many activities there are until the end of the semester that you need to have done. So I don't want you to panic. In fact, I can scroll here at 155. My goodness gracious, it's a bunch. And I don't want you to get panicked about any of that because it's like eating an elephant, one bite at a time. You'll take this slowly. Your teacher is going to give you some sort of parameters weekly, do this many lessons or that sort of thing. So you will know what is good and acceptable to keep your child on pace. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to come right over here. This will say for you the very first time to begin. But because I've already started it, then I know I need to go back and continue there. So I want to start at the top and work my way down. I don't want to skip around. So I'm going to go back. And when I do, this is giving me the introduction page here of what I need to do. It's giving me the introduction page. And up here is a really important thing where I'm trying to show my arrow. Slide 1 of 4. That means there's going to be 4 slides down here under the next slide. So here's slide 1. I've read all this about the introduction of literature. I see this beautiful artistic rendering. I've read it, and I'm going to click next. Then I go to this next page, and I am going to get additional information in the form of the video. He's going to come in and talk, give me some more information, and then I'm going to move to the next page. I'm on 2 of 4. So I'm going to go to the next page. I've listened. I've done everything I needed to do there. On this one now, the power of ideas. It's telling you about there's going to be a writing lesson. Help, help, help. And now you're ready to begin. I still have one more page. I'm only on 3 of 4, so I go to the next page. And this one is a collaboration where you might meet in a virtual classroom, and the calendar would tell you when you're going to meet and discuss some certain things on that. Now, if this was any kind of an assignment that you needed to review it again, you can go back to the first page. You can go back to any page you want to. And so now I think I'm through with this. I've done everything, and I'm going to return to my class. So I believe that I have done everything here that I can do. When you're in your actual class, there would be a way that would show that is finished. So I'm going to start on the next lesson. These are all participation where probably I'm learning something. Right here is an assignment that's something that's going to be graded, and you may see one that's a project or a test to know that. So I'm just going to look at one other lesson. It's the very next lesson down. It's a participation. It's giving me some standards, an overview of the lesson. There is only one slide here, 1 of 1. So I am through. I've done everything I can do. I know I'm through. There's nothing here I can click on. I'm going to return to class. If you look down here at the bottom, it says I can't complete this activity because the class has ended. If this were a real class, once I've clicked on this and done everything that I wanted to do, then when I go back, it's going to show that that lesson is complete. That's why this just says continue. This is a demo. And again, I'm just going to go one more here to the next one down. The big picture. Again, I have 1 of 4 slides. So I know I'm going to see 4 slides as I go. What are the big questions? Again, this is not an elementary lesson, but you can get the feel for it. Next slide. This is a great thing. We're talking about Romeo and Juliet, the gift of the Magi. What do you think? Is there any challenge love can't survive? And then you write your answer in here. No, love can always win out. And you save it. And when you're through with this, I get to go back and view your answer. So you don't want to leave anything blank because I'm going to see all this. What makes a hero? What do you think makes a hero? And I might think a hero is a brave person who cares about others. And that's what I want to talk about, heroes. So this is, getting us thinking about our lesson and what's going on. So again, I'm going to the next slide. Again, another fill in the blank here for you to know. Does good always triumph? 5 qualities that make up a family. I'm going to go to the next one. And you can see that I have to answer 3 questions. And if I skip them, it's still going to tell me that I've got questions to answer when I get all through. So on here, consider the big questions, decorate an empty mind or whatever, and then you would submit. You could draw on a sheet of paper, scan it or take a picture, and then upload it here for answering. So again, if this was not a demo, we'd be able to close it out and know that we were through. I'm going to go back to the class. It says continue simply because it's a demo. So you would just work down so many. You can do, so many a day or a week, however that is that you have your lessons planned. And when you get down here, I'm going to skip down to like a test. Although I don't want you to skip around. Then you're going to choose the best answer. You'll just click on them. I'm not even reading the questions. So I'm going to click. I know that I have 10 questions to answer. So I've clicked on all those. When I go to the next one, I have 5 questions to answer. If I accidentally skip one, let's see what happens. Well, it's not going to let me submit this because, again, it's a demo. But if when you submit this, at the end, it's going to tell you you have one more question to answer. So you'd need to go back and finish that question before you could submit it. And again, there would be a submit button or enter, that sort of thing to do that. Then you return to your class and you begin the next thing. Once you've worked in one subject area for an hour or however long your schedule allows it, you could go back to your home page and pick the next subject that you have to work on in your class. And it begins the same way. You'll see each one. Let me go to one I haven't been to. I haven't been to the digital arts. And you'll see, tells you right where to begin. And participation usually means that's information given to you. Assignment is something that you have to do or turn in. Once things are graded, your grades will show up. I believe they show up right beside where it says grade. Once you've turned something in, it has a PG beside it. That means it's pending the grading from your teacher. If it automatically grades from the computer, then your grade would automatically show up there. So this was just a very brief, quick overview. I may do some more of these later. Just wanted to give you a feel for what this was going to look like for you. I hope it's been helpful. Review it a few times if you need to.